This is the help video for Excel Chapter 1, Pause and Practice Number 1. So we're going to begin this assignment by downloading the Paradise Lakes file that we are going to use. And I'm going to go ahead and open that. We're going to turn around and save that file with our standard, so I'm going to enable, and I am not going to update right now. So I have enabled my file. I have it downloaded. So now what I want to do is do a file, save as, browse, put the file wherever you want. It's going to be your initials, PP. Now we're into Excel, so E Chapter 1-4. There's 4 pause and practices for Chapter 1. I'm going to go ahead and save it. So we are in step 3. So hopefully you watched the introduction to Excel and have some understanding of columns, rows, cells, selecting, status, workbook, worksheet, all of those things. If you're not, go back and watch that intro movie. It's about 11 minutes. So we're going to start here at step number 3. It says click cell A1. Remember, A1 is column A, row 1. The intersection is that cell. I'm going to click there and type Paradise Lakes Resort. And then I'm just going to go ahead and hit enter. It moves me down to the next row. I'm going to move down to A10, and type the word total. And then I'm going to come over here to G5. So I need to enter all of these numbers. So I'm going to start in G5. And for me, I like to go across. So my technique will be type, tab, type, enter, type, tab, type, enter, because there's 2 columns. If you want to put them, enter them in a column at a time, you just type, enter, type, enter. For me, I like to go across. So I'm going to type 3075, tab, 3201, enter. See how it brings me back to G, 925, tab, 1050, enter, 682, tab, 564, enter. Hopefully you're seeing the rhythm that I got going here. All right, so I have that entered. So now I want to use this fill handle. So first of all, I have to understand what the fill handle is. So I'm going to select B5. So the data fill handle is this little green box in the corner. And remember, the American Red Cross kind of a look allows you to select. If you move to the green line and you get the crosshairs with 4 arrows, that's move. If you go to the bottom corner, you get the crosshairs with no arrowheads. That is copy and using your data fill handles. So there's a couple things the data fill will do. It'll copy things, it'll copy formulas, or it will continue a series. And so there are some fundamental series that are already that Excel understands: days of the week, months. And so when I go to copy this, Excel's going to understand Sunday, so it's going to do Monday, Tuesday, and continue the series. And you're going to drag it across, and you're just going to have a little face. See how nothing's happening? Once I get halfway through that next cell, it's going to pop up. And the tooltip will come up and tell you what it's making it. So I'm going to go all the way over to H, and the series is then filled. Sunday, Monday, all the way to Saturday. So that is the data fill aspect of that. All right, so let's go to B10. And if right now it's got a number down here, but if we look at our formula bar, notice that's not what's really in that cell. What's really in that cell is a formula, and we want to delete that right now. So I'm sitting in this cell. That's my active cell. I'm just going to hit my delete key, and it deletes it. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to make a couple mistakes. So we're going to change something in A4 and A9. So to get to the data inside a cell, you just simply double click, and then you can use your arrows to move around. I'm just going to hit a delete on a letter. The system has you do the I in categories, but honestly, you can do any error. You just want to set it up so when we go to do spell checker later on, there's some mistakes. So it doesn't necessarily have to be these exact mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete a P. All right, so the key there was you double click to edit the contents of a cell. The other thing you can do is hit the F2 key, which will switch you to edit mode. It just depends whether you have your hands on the keyboard or your hands on the mouse, what makes sense. All right, so we're looking at this, and Paradise Lakes Resort is a group of 4 areas. There's Cass Lake, Baudette, Breezy Point, and Walker, and they have some money coming in, some revenue, and then they have some expenses. And so right now we're just looking at revenue, and these are the breakdown of the categories of revenue. So we have room and cabin rental, local tours, fishing guides, equipment rentals, and apparel. But they kind of get lost between the revenue category title and the word total. So a really common thing to do in Excel is to indent the stuff inside, the detail stuff. So it's a simple process. You just have to know how to do a couple things. One is to select a range of cells. So I'm going to move right where it says A5, not on an edge. I'm going to click and hold and drag down to apparel. So now I have all of that selected. See how the green bars are on all those? On the Home tab, in this alignment group, there's 2 buttons. One that has a blue arrow going left and one that has a blue arrow going right. The one on the right is increase indent, and it says to do that 2 times. So we're going to click once, twice, and look how it indents. So now I'm going to go ahead and click off of that, and that's much easier to distinguish those line items from the category total. All right, the next thing I want to do is select B4 through H4. And so when you're looking at this colon B4, I always think in my mind B4 through H4. So that's a whole range, starting and end point. So the colon translates to through. So I've selected B4 through H4. I'm going to come up in this alignment and click right here on the center button, and it changes all of the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday to center. Okay. The next thing we're going to look at is step 7, which is the copy and paste. So we're going to start with selection again, B4 through B9, B4 through B9. So what I'm doing here is I decided, you know what, I don't want my week to start with Sunday. I want it to start with Monday. So I want to take Sunday and move it over here at the end of Saturday. So I'm going to cut it. So there's several different ways you can cut it. You could right click cut. You could do a Control X on your keyboard. You could use the little pair of scissors up here and cut. You get these, they're called marquees. I think of them as running ants around the range that you cut. You then move to where you want to paste it. So I'm going to move to I4, and I'm going to click paste. It removes it and puts it in its pasting location. So that's the difference between a copy and a cut. A cut removes it from the original location, and it only resides where you paste it. When you copy it, it stays in the original, and it's duplicated where you paste it. Okay, so this is great, but now I got this big empty column here, and that's not ever a good thing in Excel to have spaces. So I'm going to do the move in a different way. So I'm going to start with C4 and go all the way to I9. So that's all of that data. And remember when we were talking, the line, this is a copy, down here the little box. The edge where you get the crosshairs with the arrow is a move. I'm just going to click, hold, and drag one left and let go. That's like performing a cut and paste, but you're just doing it in one step. All right, go up to A1, which is your home position. And by the way, to always get home, no matter how far down on a spreadsheet you are, Control Home will take you to the home or the A1 position. We're going to go ahead and save, and that's the end of this first Pause and Practice. All right, we'll pick up Movie 2 with Pause and Practice 2. Thank you.